Today we are in Savannah. Thanks for joining us. This is one of our favorite cities and we're so excited to be back here to do some more exploring. We're gonna eat a lot of food, we're gonna see some great things, and we're just gonna have fun along the way. Behind me is the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist, and it is the oldest cathedral in the state of Georgia, and it's absolutely beautiful inside. We are heading to brunch at Collins Quarter.
We're starting off our food day here in Savannah at Collins Quarter, and we put in our order, so we've seen the food coming out, and it looks absolutely delicious. Madeline got the Eggs Benedict, and it's topped with pulled pork and bacon, and it's actually served on French toast. I got the short rib, which kind of looks like a bit of a hash, and it's also served on toast. So we're looking forward to that coming out, and everyone's food looks so good so far. We are starving. Collins Quarter actually has ties to Melbourne, Australia. Now, Melbourne has a famous street in the town, Collins Street, and so the chef brought a bit of that Collins Street atmosphere here to Savannah back when they opened in 2014.
This looks absolutely incredible. It's the swine Benny. So we have bacon, we have obviously our poached eggs, hollandaise sauce, and then pulled pork, all on top of French toast. I cannot wait to dig in. Let's go for it. Oh man. Oh wow. When I ordered this, I knew it would be kind of decadent with the French toast, but it's a perfect balance between the salty and the sweet. I love it.
All right, this looks absolutely beautiful. And this is a poached egg. This is my favorite thing to do. I'm going for a big bite. Madeline is absolutely raving about this. Look at that. That is what we came for. I do love how the sweetness of the French toast counteracts with all the savory with the pulled pork and the egg, bacon. Got these little chilies here too. That is a delicious dish. This is the short rib dish, and as you can see, it's got red potatoes, it's got tomatoes, caramelized onion, obviously the short rib, fried egg on top. So we're just gonna cut into it. Oh, look at that, it's absolutely beautiful. I would say it's almost like a shashuka, which doesn't have meat, but they actually have that on the menu here, so I'm just gonna right there. That is not lacking for flavor. That is really, really good. The braised beef short rib is very flavorful. I love the fried egg on top of that. And you've got this nice like caramelized onion, tomato-y sauce that just sits on top of it. And they actually have this toast. So we're just gonna, we're gonna load up right there. We're gonna take a huge, huge bite.
And I think I'm gonna do the same right now. Wow. It's a beautiful dish. The colors are incredible. The short rib was cooked perfectly. And there's like a sweetness from the red pepper that mixes in. And it's not spicy, but it's got a lot of nice spice flavor. That's really good. Right now we're heading into the Wormsloe historic site, and this is a super famous area. If you've done any Savannah research, it's always on the must-visit lists. It's all over social media. It's where everyone wants to come to take these pictures with the trees and the Spanish moss. So last time we were in Savannah, we didn't make it over here, and I'm looking forward to checking it out right now. It's we're just driving in and it's already beautiful.
Right now we're heading back to the ruins at the Wormsloe State Historic Site. It's a nice little walk back here. There's all these great little trees, and actually not little, but the state tree of Georgia is the southern live oak, and it's an oak tree that doesn't get very tall, but its branches can get twice the size of its height, and those branches support all that Spanish moss. Now, Spanish moss kind of makes the trees look like a very grand weeping willow. However, it is not part of the tree. It's a separate moss that grows on the tree and then it hangs down. So they kind of call this area the Ghost Coast because it makes it kind of spooky, and there's all these different ghost stories. We might get into a little bit of that later.
To select a message,
We can't quite get this to last for longer than 2 seconds.
the original grave site.
It's going to teach us about the limits of hand crank energy.
The original
Maybe we have
grave
to
site
keep
of
doing
Noble
it.
Jones is just beyond the Shell Midden. Unless you're a Georgia history scholar, you might not have a clue about the contribution Noble Jones made. But once you hear his story,
I don't think that the history story was quite worth the work out there.
Let's go check out some colonial life. This is our first time coming here. We've been to Savannah before, but this is our first time coming over to Wormsloe, and I'm really glad that we did. It's such a beautiful day today. It's hot. We're in the South, but it's been gorgeous to get outside and get out in nature a little bit and kind of hike these back trails here on the these back trails here in the historic site. Like Adam mentioned, the trees are just so cool. You have to love that Spanish moss. It just gives it a very calm feeling out here. It's not too crowded. This is a very popular photography spot. Well, we're here getting a little glimpse at colonial life. I think they do demonstrations and tours of this area so you can learn a little bit more about what it was like to live in that time here. I have to give the people that come over here all dressed up to take cute pictures, I have to give them a lot of credit because it is hot and we're sweating. It's hard to look good in this heat, so major props to those of you who look nice on Instagram taking photos in the Savannah heat. We just finished up at the Wormsloe State Historic Site. It's very cool. The trees alone are worth the trip over here. So it is $10 per person to enter the historic site. So keep that in mind when you're planning your trip, that there is a fee to get inside. We took some nice pictures, and it was fun to walk around, get outside a little bit, although it is hot. Also keep that in mind when you're planning your trip. If you're coming here in the summer, Savannah's hot in the summer. And in the fall and in the spring. So really winter is when it cools off. Now we're gonna head over to our hotel and check in. We're staying at the Thompson. So tonight we're having dinner at a place called Alligator Soul, and a lot of their menu items feature alligator. So we're gonna order a few items that have alligator in them, and we're starting off with an alligator chorizo mac and cheese, which if you see something like that on the menu, you just have to get it. I should just, I'm trying to be polite and take some and put it on my plate, but I would like to just eat this whole spoonful. Wow. This mac and cheese is so cheesy. And
So are you.
Yeah. So we've got alligator chorizo on top of this beautiful mac and cheese. We may have over-ordered, but I have no regrets. Oh my God. Wow. They know how to do mac and cheese in the South. That is kind of a given, but this is absolutely incredible. Oh my God. It's like a really sharp cheddar flavor in this chorizo. Okay, I'm gonna take some of just the chorizo on top and try this just by itself. Honestly, like, if I didn't know it's alligator, I would have no idea what. Like, it's kind of, I don't know, it's very smoky, so I don't know if that comes from the alligator. I've never eaten alligator before, but this tastes really good.
We also got the gumbo because Savannah is an older southern city. It's got that kind of old world historic architecture, similar to Charleston or New Orleans. And so there's obviously the southern food, but there's a bit of a Creole New Orleans flavor in the town as well. And so there's a number of spots that specialize in that. So we actually got the gumbo, and their gumbo's got like 6 different ingredients. I'm looking forward to that coming out. This is the gumbo here at Alligator Soul, and I like the wide dish. It lets me see everything that's in there. It's gonna go right there. It's got a really good depth of flavor, really rich, and you can get that andouille sausage. Look at that. Look at that. That's southern goodness on a spoon right there. That shrimp on there. Key to a good gumbo, make your own seafood broth.
And I'm gonna take shrimp, and I'm gonna get sausage too. Just trying to get all the meats in one bite. This is a flavor bomb. Oh, like Adam said, it's a real deep flavor. We've made gumbo before at home, and it's really hard to do right. Making a roux is not a specialty of mine, so I'm very happy to go out to eat and order it from the people who know what they're doing. Anytime I come to the South, I have to get shrimp and grits. It is my favorite thing, and I can never pass it up when I see it on a menu. And this one has cheddar cheese, Georgia shrimp, Creole seasoning, and then it has an alligator bacon jam. I believe that's what this is right here. It's a little spicy, a little sweet, and smoky. I don't know, is it polite for me to just do this?
Sure.
That shrimp is very fresh. So much flavor. Let's get these grits here. Grits is not something that we do well in the Midwest. And or shrimp, because we're landlocked. But I absolutely love grits, and I wish it was something that we did back home. There's so much, I mean, you can literally see the flavor here. It is just so good. I'm loving this alligator jam.
Well, I almost never get shrimp and grits because Madeline loves them so much, she always gets them. And we don't think it'd be very interesting if you watch people eat the same food. So, I always only get a little bite, but I gotta tell you, the flavor sitting on top of this shrimp and grits looks unreal. And I got the shrimp ready to go, just coated right there. And I'm gonna get this alligator jam. I think this is what they said, put a little south in your mouth, right here. Cheese grits, the lemon butter, the Creole seasoning, fresh Georgia shrimp. I mean, this is, there's no quit.
This is what we come to the South for.
Full of flavor. This is why we leave the South 5 pounds heavier every time we come down here. Man alive. That is good, y'all. I wish you had a 4D TV so you could smell this food. If your food smells good, that's usually a good sign that it's going to taste good. This food smells amazing. It looks amazing. This pea puree, it is so green. We got a black bean cassoulet with spinach in it. Those are both great. I haven't even gotten to the pork chop, which is topped with a peach barbecue sauce. We're in Georgia. Pork chop's really kind of a southern, you find it a lot on southern menus. And to get a pork chop topped with peach barbecue sauce, I thought, what is going to be more Georgia than that? So let's just... Look at that. Do a little pea puree on there too. This is the most juicy pork chop I've ever had. It honestly tastes closer to a steak. Sometimes you get pork chops that can be a little dry. Not this one. This one is incredibly, incredibly tender. I've never had a pork chop like this.
I have to say, we rarely eat pork chops, and I've never heard Adam ever rave about a pork chop. I don't even know if I've ever really seen him eat one. So, this must be delicious. Oh, wow. That's very good. It's very smoky, very tender. Wow. Seriously. I wish every pork chop tasted like this. And there's some sweet potatoes and this cassoulet.
Well, I looked at the menu again, and this pork chop was cold smoked, which means it's actually smoked at a temperature of less than 100 degrees. I got to look into that process a little bit more because that is absolutely the most tender pork chop that I've ever had. It's almost like prime rib. It's insane. You probably don't believe me. You have to come here and try it. But this is a nice restaurant. I kind of want to lick my plate. I won't because I don't want to embarrass my wife. But if she wasn't here, I'd definitely lick my plate. That's how good this meal was.
I'm very happy with everything that we've eaten tonight. Tonight we're in Savannah at Lulu's Chocolate Bar. We have been here once before and we're glad to be back. I ordered the white chocolate cheesecake and Adam ordered a big slice of chocolate chip cookie. We've seen some come out already and they look amazing.
Here's my big slice chocolate chip cookie, warmed up with ice cream and whipped cream. Usually when you go big on the chocolate chip cookie, you lose the gooiness.
No.
Not here. No.
Ooh.
It's soft.
See that?
See how soft that is?
Wow.
And you get the ice cream. This is as classic as you can get. By the way, chocolate chip cookie invented in America, so 1 point for America. More like 10.
Okay, I'm taking a bite. Is there anything better than a warm chocolate chip cookie? I don't think so. Also, Lulu's is a very popular spot. The line is out the door, and it's like 9:30 at night. This is a huge slice of cheesecake. We might be taking some of this home. White chocolate chip. It's white chocolate cheesecake with chocolate chips, and then the bottom is a cookie crust. Oh wow. A little bit of whipped cream on the side. Wow. I love cheesecake. White chocolate cheesecake. Arguably like the best kind of cheesecake. You're adding in chocolate chips. And the crust. The crust is like an Oreo cookie.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wow. I would wait in line for this.
Absolutely not.
All right, white chocolate cheesecake. Madeline's raving about it. It is, by the way, a huge slice of cheesecake. I mean, like. It's really rich.
Exactly. It's actually exactly.
Full of chocolate. It's total chocolate. Just full decadence. Here at Lulu's.
We just sat down here at Mrs. Wilke's. We waited outside in line. We got here about 10 o'clock. They open at 11. They bring in 70 people at once. And when you come in, the table is set and ready to go. So there's about 20 different dishes on this table. And we're gonna figure out what it all is and just get going. I took a little bit of everything. So, on my plate here, I have pulled pork, cornbread stuffing, sweet potatoes, cucumber salad and collard greens, mashed potatoes, creamed corn. We have beans, green beans, butter beans, black-eyed peas, noodles with peas, and okra. There's just so much food, it feels like Thanksgiving.
I loaded up my plate with everything we could find here at Miss Wilke's, and I'm gonna start with a little stuffing, mac and cheese, sweet potato. Those are amazing. This is pulled pork. Really tender, a good barbecue sauce. We got mashed potatoes and gravy. Look at this biscuit. Look at this, is so pillowy soft. Literally doesn't need anything. First thing Madeline said was it's like Thanksgiving dinner. I definitely agree. You kind of mix all the food together and it just all tastes amazing. The star of the show has arrived. Fried chicken.
So right here, we have the two stars of the show. We've got fried okra and fried chicken. Fried chicken came on a huge plate, piled high. I don't even know. Okay, I'm gonna go okra first. That was good. That was really good. Ooh, chicken. Gonna go right in. That was so crispy. Oh my gosh, I hope you could hear that crunch. Ooh, half Wow, that is delicious, salty, crispy goodness. Oh yeah. Oh my God. I'm going in for seconds on the cornbread casserole. Oh yeah, it's cornbread stuffing. That makes more sense. We call it cornbread casserole. Cornbread stuffing has jalapenos. Oh, it's so good. I think this is one of my favorite things on the whole table. I'm not saying something because everything is absolutely delicious. We are finishing off our meal with a little dessert. I got the peach cobbler. Ooh. I mean, naturally, we're in Georgia. I had to go with the peach cobbler. Oh, man.
Well, I got the other dessert, the banana pudding. I can't believe I'm still hungry. I mean, I'm not really hungry, I'm just force feeding myself.
Silly. Too good to stop.
That's tasty. It's got like vanilla wafers in there, banana, whipped cream.
That was nice and sweet. Like I said, this whole meal is pure comfort food. I don't know how we're going to go on with the rest of our day. We got here right at 11, and we all just filled up. I might need to take a nap later. This is a family-owned spot. It's been run by the same family for 4 generations, and we actually met Mrs. Wilke's granddaughter. She came over and she asked if we needed anything. She checks on everybody, every table. So you really kind of feel like you're part of the family when you're here. And we kind of, you're eating family style. So the people that you're in line with all sit down with you, and you just start talking. You meet people from other places. We were here with people from Florida, and we were just chatting and having a great lunch together.
So this is a rum flavored ice cream. It's been an original flavor since 1919. This place has been open for over 100 years. And it has obviously the rum flavored ice cream, but also almond macaroons. So here we go.
Big bite.
So that macaroon is huge, and it's just covered with that ice cream that's super rich. All their ice cream's made here, Georgia made. We got the small size because we got a lot of eating to do here in Savannah, but we want to stop in. Some delicious ice cream.
I don't think that your trip to Savannah is complete unless you've stopped into Leopold. I don't even think they let you leave Savannah without having some ice cream here. But this has a huge piece of the macaroon in here. Okay, that's good. Because they make these cookies in-house too. And they mix them into the ice cream. Rum flavored ice cream is not something I normally order, but it called out to us today. Successful quick trip into Leopold's. Now we're going to keep on rolling here in Savannah. Antiquing is a popular pastime here in Savannah, so we're popping into a few little shops just to take a little look around. So right now we are in Forsyth Park, which is one of the most famous tourist attractions here in Savannah. If you look behind me, this is the famous fountain that you see pretty much in like every Savannah video or photo, but it's pretty iconic here in Savannah. So we are going to take a few pictures and stroll through the park. Forsyth Park is a 30-acre park right here in the middle of the city, and it's one of the most popular tourist destinations around. Oh, there's a wedding taking photos right behind me in front of the fountain. Right across from the park are some really beautiful mansions. The old architecture here in Savannah is just incredible. It's a lot of fun to see these old mansions, and some of them are really colorful and just this classic style. You just kind of feel like you're stepping back in time when you're here. So right now we're heading over for dinner at the Old Pink House. It's located in the historic district here in Savannah, and the restaurant is inside an old historic 1700s mansion. The reservations book up pretty far in advance, but they do take walk-ins for dinner in their tavern that is downstairs, and that's where we're gonna be eating tonight. The menu looks incredible. We're pretty excited to head over.
All right. So we have the fried chicken here, and I can tell you, this fried chicken is so crispy. Can you hear that? I mean, the skin on this thing is incredible. It's just so crispy. It smells amazing. And by the way, when I say fried chicken, it's like the whole chicken. Like, it's not just like a couple pieces. The whole chicken is fried. I'm looking forward to eating it, so let's go.
Wow, this chicken is really crispy. You are not lying about that. Okay. Just gonna dive in. Wow, the skin on this chicken is absolutely delicious. Which is kind of like, duh, of course it is. But the seasoning is incredible. It's cooked perfectly. The chicken's really tender. I mean, it's fried chicken. I like to eat fried chicken.
Some mac and cheese, Madeline's favorite.
A little more complicated than I thought, so I apologize.
I'm gonna leave the rest for her, because I'm that nice.
This is the grouper with the crab cake stuffed inside. And we've got mashed potatoes and green beans. We're gonna get a little bit of everything. The Burt Blanc sauce all over everything. Oh, that's good. The mashed potatoes are like the perfect consistency. The fish is so fresh. I know it's dark in here, so you can't really see it, but it's a beautifully plated dish, and it tastes as good as it looks. Wow, the sauce on here is incredible. Oh, I wish you could see. I don't know if you can see in here, but it is just stuffed. The crab cake. Wow. And the outside's like a little bit crispy. There's a ton of flavor on this plate.
I cannot wait to dig into this grouper. It's absolutely one of my favorite fishes. Stuffed with a crab cake. This dish was built for me. And I got the mashed potatoes, crab cake, and the grouper right in there.
This is why we love to come to the South. We just can't get food like that where we're from. This is everything you love about the South. Fresh fish, full flavor. It's why we gotta hit the treadmill when we get home, but it's totally worth it. And I could eat this meal every day. Never get tired of it.
Well, that was the Planters Tavern at the Old Pink House. It is the same menu and it was absolutely delicious. We had a great evening. Hopefully everything that we filmed inside turns out. It was a little loud, it was a little dark. I did read that the Old Pink House is haunted, and that is a major theme here in Savannah. They do the ghost tours, and we are going to see if we can find some haunted pubs.
Well, we wanted to visit some haunted bars here in Savannah. We're at Moon River Brewing Company. They've got some great beer selections, and we picked out a few. Now, the name itself is creepy, Moon River. I mean, the moon is kind of haunting. Savannah, with all the moss hanging down, is definitely a creepy place. I'd love to be here in October, around Halloween, having some of these beers. This is the Scottish, it's called Kilty by Association. There's actually a lot of history with Scottish immigrants who come over here to Savannah. They followed the Irish who immigrated here in the 1700s. And so this was kind of brewed in the classic Scottish style. And I have to say, when you think about beers from Scotland and Ireland, you think of kind of dark, heavier beers. This is really light and it's easy drinking. I wish they'd bottle it up and sell it where I live because I get this all the time.
My beer is Yoga Pants because I love a good silly name for a beer. Well, we finished up at Moon River. Their ghost there, his name is Tybee, and I'm really glad that we didn't get a glimpse of him because I'm an Office fan, and so I'm sorry if your name's Tybee, but I'm just a little biased against Toby's. But we decided to head out and take our beers to go because in Savannah, they have open liquor laws. So they asked us if we wanted to go Cubs for beers, and we said, yeah, let's do it. There are not many places that you can walk down the street with an open beer like this, so you kind of have to take advantage of it when you can. Today we're heading over to Tybee Island. It's about 25-30 minutes from downtown Savannah, and it's a really awesome beach town, so we're just gonna go head over to the beach for a little quick trip. We absolutely love this spot. We're about maybe a half an hour from downtown Savannah, and it's one of our favorite things about visiting this area and coming down to Savannah is that you're super close to the beach. You can pop right over here. It's really actually not that crowded today, and it's an absolutely beautiful beach. They actually used this beach for scenes in the movie Baywatch with The Rock that they filmed several years ago. So that should give you an indication of how beautiful this beach is, that it is a movie-ready beach. But it's a perfect spot for a family beach vacation. Last time we came down to Savannah, we actually came over to the beach almost every single day just because it's so close and it's so much fun. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
Well, it feels good to be on the pier. It's a really beautiful day.
It's, yeah, that Georgia heat's getting to us a little bit, but absolutely beautiful sunshine. Only a few clouds in the sky. And we're walking here on the Tybee Island Pier.
I feel like Zac Efron.
Yeah, in Baywatch, Zac Efron and The Rock spent some time on this pier.
Had a bit of shape on there.
And they, I believe, drove motorcycles up and down this pier. If you haven't seen that movie, just check out that scene and then you'll know where we're at. I wouldn't necessarily recommend watching the movie unless you're a big fan of The Rock. And we are. Right now we're heading to this great little bar here on Tybee. It's called The Deck. It's kind of hidden. It's off the main drag here in sort of this hotel complex area, but it has a great view and the drinks here are fantastic. So we're just gonna pop in and see what they're serving up.
Last time we were in Savannah, we came out to Tybee Island a lot, and this spot was one that we came a couple times because we really enjoyed it. They have amazing drinks, and the owners of this bar actually are part of the same group that has Collins Quarter and the Fitzroy over in Savannah, and they really know what they're doing. And I contend this is the best pina colada, at least in the state of Georgia, maybe that I've ever had.
So they have, like Adam said, they have a great cocktail menu here. They also have a great food menu, but we are just here for drinks right now. What jumped out to me on the menu is the spicy mango margarita. And you can see here, there are jalapenos inside. I have a feeling this is gonna be pretty refreshing. That's good. A little sweet, a little spicy. And you really cannot beat the setting that we are in right now. The beach is right here. You can walk on out to the water. I love this place. The Deck is a nice little pit stop, and now we're gonna keep on rolling here in Tybee Island. We are continuing our little Tybee Island tour here at the Tybee Island Lighthouse right there behind me. We're just stopping off quick to take it in for a minute and explore this area a little bit more. The Lighthouse is one of the first public structures built here in Georgia. Fun fact. If you want to see more from our adventures in Savannah, click right here. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.